Tom Brady returns to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick this Sunday night.
Jones drops back, looks left, throws over Aguilar, turns to the inside, touchdown Patriots!
Still, at the age of 2043, the best quarterback in the NFL today.
Brady blitzes coming, sees it, goes the other way. He's got to catch it, dropped, and he's in for the touchdown. Four-man rush. Brady going end zone. It is caught.
Yes, Tom Brady's still the best quarterback in the NFL. It's pretty miraculous. It's pretty incredible. We've never seen it before. In this video, I'm going to explain why Tom Brady's still the best, why he's still the top quarterback in the game, and entering Sunday night facing his former team, a team that he won 6 Super Bowls with. He will be the best player in football. Before I give you that opinion, make sure that you do spike that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to BLV for more NFL videos just like this, and also comment below. Let me know if you agree. Tom Brady is the best quarterback in the NFL. He enters week 4, taking on the New England Patriots, his former team, and Bill Belichick on the opposing sidelines. The game of this year, the game of next year, the game of this decade. I mean, this is one of the greatest, biggest games in NFL history that we will look back at and say, wow, what a moment in NFL history, witnessing Tom Brady taking on the New England Patriots. And he's still the best. I mean, this guy is how old? It's pretty incredible to be witnessing how great Tom Brady has played so far this season. But there has been nobody quite on his level through 3 games in the NFL. Currently, Tom Brady ranks as the top quarterback by Pro Football Focus, grading at an elite level right now. Their number 1 graded quarterback through the first 3 games. Tom Brady leads the NFL in touchdowns, passing touchdowns with 10 and 11 total touchdowns. He is second in passing yards. He is first in completions. He is first in passing attempts, which speaks to how much he is having to actually carry this offense single-handedly at the quarterback position, passing the football to win games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers through 3 weeks. Tom Brady has been absolutely incredible in every facet of quarterback play in 2021. We saw him do something absolutely sensational in 2020, leaving the Patriots, signing to a new team through a incredible once-in-a-lifetime offseason where teams were limited in their practices, their rep time, and all that they could do to prepare for the 2020 season. He enters a new system, has to pick it up on the fly, creating chemistry with new players that he's never played with before on the fly, in a system that historically has been a system where a lot of turnover-worthy plays, a lot of interceptions. Tom Brady, well, he limits those interceptions, and he still throws for 40 touchdowns in that year. He still goes on to win the Super Bowl through a path that included defeating Drew Brees in his building, Aaron Rodgers in his building, and Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady was absolutely sensational for the Bucs last year, winning that Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. But in 2021, he's been even better this season. He's been the best quarterback and arguably player and most valuable player to his team in Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, like I said, second in passing yards, first in passing touchdowns. He is second in the most big-time throws, which is a metric by PFF, which measures big throws down the field, hard, difficult completions into tight windows. Those are, according to PFF, the biggest and most important type of throws that a quarterback can make, which truly measures the quarterback's success independent from scheme. He is second only behind Derek Carr. He is also first in terms of turnover-worthy plays. He has yet to throw a turnover-worthy play. Yes, he has 2 interceptions on the season. One of them was a Hail Mary, and the other tipped off the hands of Leonard Fournette on a screen pass. So neither of his interceptions were actually his fault, which PFF measures as zero turnover-worthy plays. So not only is Tom Brady throwing the ball aggressively down the field, but he's also protecting the football, throwing for a ton of yards, throwing for a ton of touchdowns without putting the ball in harm's way. The rate in terms of differential of turnover-worthy play to big-time throw is the biggest in the NFL, the widest margin in the NFL through 3 weeks. His time to throw is also incredible because Tom Brady throws the ball down the field in Bruce Arians' offense. He is second in air yards in pro football despite having the second fastest time to throw, which really is hard to wrap your head around. How does he get rid of the ball so quickly despite throwing the ball so far down the field? I think part of it is because Tom Brady is so good at the line of scrimmage that he can determine where he's going to go with the football before he even gets the snap, which quickly allows him to go through his reads and determine where he's going to put the ball. It also helps that Tom Brady does have great receivers who do get open quickly, and that's the ultimate magic of the Buccaneers passing offense. But Tom Brady is a master because he helps everybody. He helps his receivers with his ball placement. He helps his receivers by actually determining where he's going to throw the ball and putting it in a spot where only they can catch it. He also helps his offensive line by getting rid of the ball quickly, and his mastery within the pocket also helps them in terms of escaping maybe a sack that another quarterback would have taken is not showing up on the stat sheet. He avoids negative plays because he doesn't really take sacks. He doesn't really throw interceptions or turnover-worthy plays. And he's still creating magical plays and throws down the field into tight windows versus great coverage. So guys like Rob Gronkowski, who for other quarterbacks may not appear open, Tom Brady actually throws them open. So he does all of this. Now, he doesn't run around. He doesn't make plays that way. But his ability to maneuver the pocket, his ability to accurately place the football, and his arm strength to get the ball there in a blink of an eye is something that can't quite be calculated unless you're looking at this advanced analytics. It's an incredible combination of intelligence and pure skill that Tom Brady is showing thus far throughout the 2021 NFL season, and he's going to show continuing this year, which is why he possibly could be the MVP this season, and in my opinion, so far has been the best quarterback in the NFL. He is second in completed air yards. He is only 19th in yards after catch, which means that Brady is often actually throwing his receivers open and completing passes down the field, but his receivers aren't actually creating yards after the catch, which some people may point to being a quarterback not making the best throw, but I would actually point towards the scheme and it not allowing receivers to be wide open for Tom Brady to throw to. A lot of times quarterbacks, they benefit from screens. They benefit from wide open receivers, but that's not actually the case if you look at the statistics here for Tom Brady. He's actually throwing these receivers open. He's actually making the necessary throws for this offense to operate. He has a lot of air yards, but not a lot of yak yards. Tom Brady also has 103 on-target completions, on-target passes, which is second most in the NFL. He also has the second most attempts past 10 yards. So Brady, again, is throwing the ball down the field. These aren't dink and dunk completions. These aren't simple, easy completions for Tom Brady to make. A lot of his throws and his accuracy is actually past the first down marker, which shows in his first down completions, which he leads the NFL with 60. Now, you might be saying, how is this possible at his age? Part of it is because of his mental processing, but a lot of it still is because of his physical ability that Brady still offers at his advanced age. I think from being a Patriots fan, having seen every Tom Brady game ever, Tom Brady is actually just as physically gifted now as he was back in 2012, 2011. I would argue that his arm strength might have actually gotten better. I think his mobility is near at the same level and actually is better than last year. If you just compare Tom Brady from last year to this year, you would actually see advanced movement in the pocket. You would actually see an ability to run a little bit quicker than he did a year ago or in 2019. And I think a lot of that had to do with the MCL injury that he had a year ago, which just limited his ability to move away from defenders when they're coming at him for a sack. A lot of times last year, Brady was just taking sacks because his MCL injury didn't allow him to move. But this year, we've seen him actually avoid sacks and move out of the way of pressure, which has helped his offensive line, helped his team and his offense extend drives, and helped his receivers get just a little bit extra time to get open. Now, not only is the offense performing at an incredible rate, and not only is Tom Brady performing at an incredible rate individually, but he is also doing the most he can for this team, a team that so far has underperformed. On paper, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had one of the best defenses in the NFL entering this year, but that simply has not been the case through the first 3 games. Now, it might change down the road, and it might have to if they're going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. But thus far, this team has been carried by Tom Brady and the Buccaneer offense. The Tampa Bay defense has so far been one of the worst in football because they cannot defend the pass. Thus far, throughout this season, the Buccaneers are on pace to give up 6,431 passing yards. That ranks 32nd in the NFL in pass defense for yards allowed and 30th in passing touchdowns allowed. They are also 26th in first downs allowed, 27th in points allowed, and 26th in total yards allowed. They are 29th on third down. They are 28th in pressure, despite a league-high blitz rate of over 40%. That is just absolutely horrendous. That is terrible defense thus far. And they have allowed a league-high yards after catch with over 60 more than second worst in pro football. So far, the Bucs defense, a Bucs defense that a lot of people credited to winning the Super Bowl last year and having an incredible run last year, this defense has been pretty much the worst in the league to this rate, especially when it comes to defending the pass, and especially when it comes to overall making plays in the passing game, sacking quarterbacks, pressuring quarterbacks, getting off the field on third down. The Bucs have been unable to do any of that, and so far they are 2-1, with their only loss coming to the LA Rams in LA. A lot of that is because Tom Brady masks all those deficiencies with how well he's been playing, with how well the offense has been playing. Not only that, right, but the team has also been taking a ton of penalties. They have taken the 27th most penalties in the NFL this year. So if there is a most valuable player in the NFL right now, it has to be Tom Brady, and that's why I also think he's still the best quarterback in the league. Not only do his individual stats suggest that, but also him having to carry this team from their defense being very bad, from their team being undisciplined, also speaks to him being the best player in the league. So still, at his age, Tom Brady, right now in 2021, is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree. I certainly think that's the case, and we will see how he performs versus Bill Belichick and company on Sunday Night Football in a historic showdown, the Patriots and the Bucs. It's Mitch. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, Gronk, spike that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more NFL content just like this. Peace.